this performance against Arsenal, Alan?
Well, particularly Dan Ballard, I think he epitomised everything that Sunderland have done so well, particularly at home this season, with his aggression, with him and his teammates stopping Arsenal playing, particularly in that first half. And they are really, really tough to play against. And there were so many examples of that today, with him and other players putting their body on the line, you know, for their team and for the atmosphere. And I said he sort of summed everything up. We're going to talk about this after, but look how difficult it is to get through, how many players they've got behind the ball, and then I think that's really good defending. As I said, we'll talk more in a minute about that, but that is really, really tough, aggressive defending. Then he more than...
As you can see here, as stated, but with detail, defending starts with shape. Sunderland often operated with a back line of 5 or near 5 when required, 3 central defenders plus wing-backs dropping, or a flat 4 with 2 holding midfielders shielding. The key was no gaps between the lines. Midfielders didn't allow Arsenal's creative players to find pockets of space. By staying compact horizontally and vertically, the defensive unit forced Arsenal wide, slowed down their combinations and refused to let the killer pass penetrate.
Straight down the other end, and I said putting your body on the line for your team. That's exactly what I mean, and that's why it means so much to him as the defender to stop in that, and you can see the reaction from all the fans. From
the heart of the defence, Dan Ballard led the line like a captain should. He didn't just score, he defended like his life depended on it. Time after time, Arsenal fired from distance, and Ballard, O'Shea and Hume threw themselves in front of everything. You could almost hear the thud of the ball against bodies, blocks, ricochets, second balls cleared. When Arsenal turned up the pressure late on, Sunderland's box turned into a fortress. 5, 6 players defending inside 10 yards. Everyone was involved. Defenders, midfielders, even forwards sprinting back to cover.
Second half.
What changed? Mikel Arteta got into the dressing room first before the players, and the intensity was the biggest challenge that they had to face, because they were up against a very tough Sunderland team who haven't been beaten at home this year, and the numbers they committed forward as well. At times, bukayo saka was finding it hard in the first half to get involved in the game, but this is what I'm talking about, the bravery of committing bodies forward.
Saka and Trossard kept drifting inside, looking to combine with Merino. Quick 1-2s, diagonal runs, and those low cutbacks into the box. Arsenal were beginning to find holes in Sunderland's structure. Every time they switched play, Sunderland's backline had to shuffle across frantically. Arsenal's movement was intelligent, patient probing, then sharp acceleration into the gaps. When Saka equalised, it was because Arsenal finally pierced the block. Slick combination play, a quick give and go, and that inch of space they'd been waiting for.
Rice always starts the press, and if you give Arsenal an opportunity, they're going to punish you. Simple as that, and you can't afford to do that because Sunderland worked tremendously hard. You know, Al spoke, a couple of weeks ago about the fullbacks committing forward and putting in positions where you don't really expect, but this is what we're talking about, the difference, the bravery, the committing the bodies forward, like I said before. And this is where I felt at times Arsenal were all...
This was Arsenal at their fluid best, quick, confident and connected. Every pass had purpose, every movement created space. From back to front, they played with rhythm, that classic Arsenal flow, sharp passing, constant rotation and total control of the tempo. As the game opened up, Arsenal began to dictate. Short passes turned into intricate triangles and one-touch, two-touch football. You could see that tiki-taka influence, calm under pressure, drawing Sunderland out, then slicing through the midfield with a sudden switch of pace. The rotation was seamless, ease drifting wide, Saka cutting inside, Merino dropping deep to create overloads. Every time Sunderland shifted to block one lane, Arsenal created another. The ball never stayed still. It moved like a current, flowing from wing to wing, pulling defenders out of position.